Hello there, I'm Hill, and welcome back to some Hearts of Iron 4, playing South Africa. I've gotten rid of the music because I've had a couple of complaints in comment section, so I really appreciate that feedback, guys. So I've gotten rid of the music. I thought it was a nice touch, but that's fine. And I've also made a slight change thanks to a lovely suggestion by a YouTube commenter called Leroy Jenkins, who said instead of cheating to add cores when I conquer states, instead, why not just use the coring states mod? It turns out it's actually applicable and works even in the middle of a game. So I have enabled that. I don't know how it works, so I'm looking forward to seeing it when I get a new state. If I can core it myself, that'll be fun, and I can actually get some cores. So we are going to have to hold the line a little bit here. That's okay. We'll start to reposition everybody as quickly as possible, but in the meantime, let's try and get some district brigades set up. These guys are going to be the shitty ones who will guard the ports. Yeah, so make sure we just do in one. And obviously, infantry equipment is our main problem right now. But in the meantime, I think it's going to be a very good idea if we start to assign divisions to garrison like this whole area, because we have some invasions going on here, guys. For some reason, when I add this one, it jumps up to 8. And I really don't know why, but it shouldn't. But whatever. Okay, so let's go onto that, and you onto that as well. Okay, so you're going to go here. Great. Okay, well that doesn't work, so let's turn this one off. Maybe I should just actually put them all on individual sections. That might be smarter here. Because the AI just seems pretty much incapable of understanding where ports are. Which is a problem for me. Just put them like that, and that way we can garrison and hold the line a little bit better. Because I really don't want to get invaded a couple times, guys. Alright, there we go. Alongside that, I do want to assign a few divisions to a separate general over here. And I want to put him on the Belgian line, because Belgium will eventually join this war, and that will probably hurt my face quite a great deal. So we're looking forward to that. Oh, hello. They've just abandoned their territory. Okay, whatever. Shall we actually reposition ourselves instead of just... Oh, shit. A tiny little bit of territory here. G'day, mate. Here we are. Can you please go over there first and then take that? Thank you. I think we're going to stop this attack now because we're just kind of wasting equipment. What are you doing? Why are you retreating? What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Good. And then you can just go over there. Perfect. Oh, man. Let's reposition that. How long until they get to that left-hand section? So 4 days. And this guy here, 2 days. Hooray! He's going to reposition them. He's going to reposition them much faster. Brilliant. And so this attack's rather useless, but that's fine. They want to give up certain amounts of territory. That's fine with me. There we go. We have managed to take a small section of area. Let's get a commander for these guys. And in fact, he's an infantry leader experience factor. Okay. Now we're talking. And we'll keep these guys as defenders for a little while. Until we can get some coastal forts or something. Because really that's what we need to defend. Is we need to defend against naval invasions. At the moment, we're fine, but... Let those guys reposition as well. These guys will hold the line there. And these guys look like they're doing fine. Ah, no, they took it. Ah, but will they take this? That's the question. Ah, no, they will. Will they take this? The answer? It's yes. The answer is yes. Okay. How long until this guy gets to the east? 12 days. I think we'll be fine. And get you over here. We've got quite a lot of divisions for this section, so I'm quite happy with this. I think we're going to be fine. Alright, organization looks sufficient there. Can we win that? I believe we can. Let's try and attack that way as well. Beautiful. Try and position ourselves decently. Can we actually just take this small section here? I think we probably should be able to. Our general's a little bit better. And no naval invasions just yet. Tell you what, with this tank, we should really try to knock this out. And I guess we can put this fighter here and just see what happens. Again, we do still have that slight infantry deficit for another 3 months. Very frustrating, but it is the reality. France and Britain have announced an alliance. That's not unexpected. And the Kingdom of Romania has joined Comintern. Oh boy. And France has, of course, joined this fight, which means it's going to be almost impossible for us to take any more territory until we get a lot stronger. Because the French are going to appear. We'll see what happens with that, won't we? Right, now you can go over there and take that. And the Treaty of Craiova, where Bulgaria reclaims southern Dobruja. Southern Dobruja. Oh no. Oh boy. It's okay, because once Germany declares, I think we're going to be in a much better position. And that attack is now going to fail, unfortunately. Sad to say that it is indeed going to fail. It looks like they are actually trying to attack us a bit. Strangely enough, they have a lot of soft attack. Because they're just divisions are just much better than ours. But we can at least try and create attacks on multiple fronts. I think maybe we have too many dudes here on this section. I think we need to assign some more. Because... Sorry, why are you over here? No, no. Okay, go that way, thank you. Because we're starting to suffer a little bit of a problem in the sense that our divisions aren't as good. We still need to defend ourselves. Right, we're going to get 3 more divisions very shortly, and we'll also get 4 district brigades shortly as well. It's going to take about 3 months still, unfortunately. Because it's taking a long time, because we only make 32 guns per day. There are a lot of divisions on this line now, and they have been bolstered by Portuguese. I imagine the French will start to show up soon, so we really need to make sure we are shoring up defenses. But sooner rather than later, we're going to get some friends in the shape of, or rather, I say friends, more like an enemy's enemy, and that's going to help a lot. We can also start to get weekly war support by war propaganda against France, because they are involved in an offensive war with us, which would be great, because technically we are now in a defensive war for some reason. That's going to be great. We just got radio, which means we can now immediately grab production efficiency cap, which will be great. I don't really care about dockyards because there's nothing I can do with it. We have guys on our ports, which is fantastic. And we're going to train more troops to hold the line. I have so many divisions on this section here. Right, just everyone on this line, please. There you go, thank you. Okay. It looks like they are doing some touching. There's a bit too many on this line here. That's not good. Alright, stop that. Let's try and get them on multiple combats. Putting them in multiple combats means they're going to be a lot weaker, which is good. How long will it take you to get there? Well, lads, 6 days. Okay, well, one of you can please reposition strategically. And you immediately surrender. Oh my god. How long until you get there? 4 days. 3 days and 12. And you get there in 3 days and 10. Okay. You'll get there in 3 days and 15. Okay. Concentrated industry. Great. Which means you can get construction speed. Oh boy. The thing is, these are actually mountains. I think we can probably spare a couple divisions elsewhere. How long until we get there, lads? Come on. 2 days and 8. 2 days and 9, so we should be fine. Let's delay them when it actually gets close to it, shall we? I think they might have changed it over, so that's good. Just in case, we'll start attacking now. And it looks like there is a naval invasion going on. Okay, emergency workers has been completed, which is going to be more war support. Get Cape Garrison artillery to get some coastal forts. Let's go! And I think maybe this force was a bad idea, because we don't need Belgium right now. What we need is we need forces to prepare to the invasion. So already we have a small invasion. They are on massive, massive attrition, which is great. So they are going to suffer low supply very shortly. So they have Panzer Expert, but they're on low supply, which makes them much more weak, which is great. These guys are holding-ish. Have we even researched Engineer Company? We have. Do we have the support to add Engineer Company to our divisions? They do already have Engineer Company, so why the bloody hell aren't they holding more? No, you guys all need to go here. There's nowhere else that needs defending. It's literally just this. How are we doing? How long till you get there, mate? Come on. This tank will take 3 days. Okay. I think they can probably last for quite a while. Because we are winning. We have much more defense than they do. And they're going to start suffering pretty serious supply issues. This is why you hold your ports, lads. You hold your ports. They are now directly naval invading into South Africa. But they are actually winning this slightly. Though one of them, the cavalry and other infantry, are too shit. Looks like we're holding out pretty well. This is good. This is good. I like this. Is there a chief of army we can get? Division speed and division defense. For Christ's sake, yes. Ah, there we go. Now we're talking. Got division defense for days now. We're also getting a lot of population. It is looking like they're trying to attack us a fair amount, but they are losing heavily, which is great. This is going to add coastal forts in Transvaal, Southwest Africa, Cape, and one other. Is that every port we own? Might be. Maybe. Well, we'll see where the coastal forts are. Really, we do need to chuck some forts and coastal forts in our naval areas. And we need to just start recruiting more men. This is the problem. This division defense thing of 10% is going to really keep us alive. We are now, unfortunately, just waiting until we can get a lot stronger. These guys are going to very gradually die. I'm just going to let them die. We need to have some kind of reactionary force of our tanks, and that's okay. Can we wipe these guys out real quick? Yeah, we can. Are they getting more forces? What is this shit? Alright, let's just try and stack them up then, shall we? Unfortunately, they are on the mountains, which is a slight problem, but they can't get that port, so we're fine. As long as we hold the ports. Italy pursues closer bonds with Germany, to be expected. It all depends on what they get next. Danzig War. Right, the World War is about to start. They are about to declare war on Poland, which might mean English forces and French forces are preoccupied elsewhere, because there's a chunk of French troops on me right now. Like, Jesus Christ, look at these soldiers. There's a lot of them. Okay. Not so grand, guys. Not so grand. Try and get these guys and wipe them out. There are 5 Australian divisions right here. They are suffering pretty gradual attrition. Their strength is dipping down. 32 and 86. Yeah, they're suffering. And they're doing constant naval invasions onto me, but they cannot breach me just yet. I am concerned about the constant attacks. But the thing is the French forces are massively low supply because they are stacking up on me. And because they're stacking up, they are suffering attrition, and they're just generally being a bit shit. They do have Henry Girard. It's a really good general, but I think we're going to be fine. We have a lot of command power, but does anyone have any experience or things they can upgrade? So straight here, we do. Beautiful. Camouflage expert, paratroopers, skirmishers. Skirmishers is great. They don't lose entrenchment bonus when in tracking, but do not fully commit to the battle. That's really nice. Alongside that, though, ambusher is great. We're probably going to need that to stay bloody alive. Yeah, probably. Our field marshal's looking good. Let's get defensive doctrine to get max entrenchment, because we are really going to have to defend very heavily, and that immediately makes us stronger. Straight away, those bonuses give us more power. They are trying to attack us again. These guys now are very seriously damaged. Their attrition is huge. They've landed extra troops. The British Raj and Australia have landed, and they are suffering. Oh boy, are they suffering. I love it. Tasty. Still only getting a little bit of money every day because of my low civ factories. They are starting to do a lot of damage to me. Unfortunately, I can pierce 2 of their armored, but they can also pierce me. So we might need to try to get some more divisions on this, guys. As that attack ends. I really didn't want to have to lose that little jump post, but if we have to, it's okay. We can deal with it. I really would rather not lose it. Stay there. Oh my god, sod off. Nah, they're too out of supply. It's not worth losing stuff. Unassigned divisions. Oh, beautiful. We actually have extra divisions right now. Okay, so we're going to assign 2 of them to this section. And 1 of them over here. I am concerned about Belgium. But it's going to take a little while because obviously once they've gone Danzig or war, they then need to go down the route of the around Maginot Line for Belgium. So it'll be at least another 100 days before they even have a chance to do that. Okay, for Christ's sake, guys, what is this? Reposition strategically, obviously. No, you refuse. Okay, cool. Thank you, Christ. It's like refusing to strategically redeploy. Alright, these guys are dead now. Let's just push in and kill them. Will we capture infantry equipment for this, actually? That's a good question. Oh, no, we won't, because we don't have the necessary things. That's why. That's okay. But it's good to keep these kind of reactionary forces on the ground in case we need to take stuff. Alright, Cape Garrison Artillery has been completed. We can now reinstitute the Cape Corps and get recruiter population of 15%, or rather fix the slight issue we've got, which is a thing. So we could now get some research technology, some consumer goods, and a conquer focus against Belgium would be really nice. But honestly, I lack the troops right now to do this. You know? But at the same time, actually, no, I need to do this because otherwise they're going to get jumped on, aren't they? So let's get that now. Let's get focused. Belgian Congo's Why There Is Gone is one of the most cruel stories of exploitation and oppression. We'll write the final chapter of that story. For those who don't know, the Belgian Congo under Leopold II or III in 1860 and 1870 was literally the worst place. As you can see, Leopoldville. It's literally the worst thing that happened to Africa. Like, obviously, slavery, pretty bloody terrible. But this was the worst institutionalized oppression and just revolting treatment of natives, possibly in the history of mankind. Essentially, they had a rubber tax, because as you can see, there is some rubber here. There was a lot more rubber that was gathered. And how it worked is individual villages had a rubber quota. So certain people had to gather rubber from the rubber trees, but they had to reach a certain amount of rubber. If they did not get that rubber, they had to be punished. But the governance of how that was decided was decentralized. That is to say, it did not come from the central Belgian government or from the king. He gave the local municipal leaders absolute autonomy as to how to collect their rubber tithes and how to enforce it. They decided, I know, let's be absolute bastards, and we're going to institute a foot tax. Now, that sounds quite charming, doesn't it? Like the window tax or the bedroom tax in the UK. No, it means if you don't get it, we will cut off your feet and then just leave you with no medical treatment. So what happened is if you didn't reach your quota, they would cut off your feet. But the problem is that the quotas were so ridiculously high that they needed to cut off a lot of feet. What ended up... But, and this is the worst part, it'd actually be if they just cut off people's feet and then left, whatever, right? But they wanted to... Well, not whatever. It'd still be terrible, but at least we could move past it and maybe punish those people in charge. But no, it's way worse than that. I'm sorry I'm going on a historical rant, but it's way worse than that. Instead of just that, they didn't care. They didn't care whose feet it was. What they really wanted is they wanted the feet to show that they'd carried out the punishment to their leaders. So the white people who were underneath the municipal leaders would be like, we need feet, give us your feet. And so they would either ask for volunteers to cut people's feet off, or what ended up happening is that individual villages would conduct foot raids on each other. They would invade rival neighbor villages, who previously were their own countrymen, and attack them and chop people's feet off. And then some usually killing them so they don't blab about it, and then come back with feet. So when they inevitably don't make the rubber tax for that quarter, they can then pay the fine in feet of other people. It was horrible. Hundreds of thousands died over a decades-long period. People really suffered. It was not a good time had by anyone. You know? And let's just calm this down with a nice little game of tic-tac-toe. Ah, isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Because seriously, screw the Congo's treatment of the peoples. Boom, boom, boom. How do you like it? I'm a genius. Getting a little naval invasion over here. Not so great. So we're going to need to just rock up this way. They're coming back. 2 divisions are trying to land and 1 division trying to make an actual naval invasion. Oh no, it's actually 4 divisions. Surprisingly doing quite well. Yeah, they are actually. But the thing is, we're not taking that much damage because of the incredibly high defensive factor that we have due to experience, entrenchment, terrain, and all that. Because he's giving massive bonuses to entrenchment, which I do enjoy. Take a look at our entrenchment right now. It is 40% max, which is great because the trench warfare division template and yeah, is he not? Oh, you know what? These guys are in field marshals. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. What are you doing? What's that? That's odd. There we go. There we are. Jesus, I thought it was like reinstitutionalism. That's not good. There we go. That should allow them to get a little bit more max entrenchment. Yep, max 52% entrenchment. That's going to be really good. They're all now in the correct place. We're going to reposition ourselves to the north to deal with that. How's the front line holding? Oh, shit. We've actually lost some territory. This is bad. Okay, we've actually lost some territory. Going to be a good idea if we stay on top of this, guys. All right, in the next episode, we're going to need to try to struggle to deal with this. We're going to need to send a couple more divisions that way. We've been a bit lax, I think. I think we've been a bit lax. I really don't think we have the capacity to invade Belgium just yet. I think we just have to wait, unfortunately. It's going to be hell, man. It's going to be hell. We have to make it work. Do be sure to leave a like on this video, guys. Let me know what you think of this series so far. And in the next episode, Germany will declare war, and we'll see if our fortunes change. I was Algernon, I'll continue to be, and this has been some Hearts of Iron 4, playing South Africa. Bye-bye.